Hello, everyone. This is Abundance Oracle. One of my subscribers has reminded me that I need to go over what organized people should have in their cars. This is for cold weather. So if you're going to be in warm weather for the winter, then you need to wait till I come out with my video for the summer bag for warm weather. Anyway, let's get started. So first thing is a blanket or two, depending upon how many people you commonly drive around with, if you have kids or not, in case there's snow. One particularly type of blanket that's good if you have an older one is wool. If wool gets wet, it will still keep you warm. If not, maybe a comforter that you were going to throw away. Just pack it up, put it in a plastic bag, leave it in the back of your car. Okay, this is for, depending upon how many people you normally have, you need one pair per person that you typically have. Mittens, hats, warm socks, and boots. If you have an older pair of boots, but they're walkable still, throw those back in the back. Okay, emergency water or juice that can be in an expandable Mylar type of bag. I know Capri Sun, which is loaded down with sugar, but that type of bag where you can just shove in a straw and people can drink it. I think the Patriot Supply also has water inside the bags. You buy it and water inside the bags, but you might be able to find at the Berkey Filters, I think they sell the Mylar bags, or any type of bag that won't crack. Like you don't want a plastic bag that'll crack if it freezes and then you have expanding water. So keep that in mind. If you have kids, a face cloth in a Ziploc bag so that you can pour a little water on it and clean somebody up. It'll just make your life easier and you won't have screaming kids. Okay, snacks that survive freezing and thawing, freezing and thawing. So whatever that is that your family likes, maybe those granola bars or something like that. I think also there was a company, it might be my Patriot Supply again, that did like lemon cake type of things that last supposedly for years in a Mylar bag, and you can buy them in a block and then you just break the blocks apart for how many ever people are in the car. But you can look that up and see, that might be something you want. But make sure you have snacks in there. Okay, a flare. Some flares you'll need a lighter to ignite, and some, if you use a flare, they have some now with LED bulbs and things, and those you don't have to worry about. But make sure they're good in freezing weather still. A paper map. Let's suppose you're in some place where the electrical lines fell down, there's no GPS, there isn't any way to find out how you get home. I know that Atlas has some fabulous, fabulous maps that are still published in paper. I have a big, thick map, book basically, of all the states, the major roads in the state. And then I also have the local maps in paper around basically, I'm going to say an hour in any direction from which I live, just in case. Next thing, a flashlight. I know so many people tell me, and I haven't gotten it yet, but an Olight, that they have great flashlights, small, large, expandable, where you can make it go more focused and not as focused. But I think also Harbor Freight has tons of lights. Flashlights as well. So you might want to try Harbor Freight, and they're pretty reasonable prices as well. Okay, a cigarette lighter plug-in charger for a phone, or a separate solar charger. I know my Patriot Supply definitely has that, but that's a solar charger. So if you're in the middle of the winter and you put it on your dashboard, it might take much, much longer than if you could plug something into your cigarette lighter. So contemplate what your situation might require. Okay, if you have a small kid, a small dog, you might need a way to carry them. I have, for my dog, don't laugh at me now, I have a baby carriage that has a little bottom holder, I'm going to say, so I could put things in there if I needed to bring things out of the car and take with me. But that's not going to work if there's a lot of snow. So some of you I know who have cats or small dogs, they have backpacks that you can put them in. And same thing with kids, you can put them in a backpack. So Etsy, Poshmark, and some other used kids clothing places like consignment places might have one of those that's not too expensive. Just keep it in the back of your car in a big bag. It's not gonna cost you anything just to leave it there the whole winter. Okay. Okay, folding shovel you can buy on Amazon. Just write down folding metal shovel, and they'll have tons of different ones. And they look sort of like the type of shovels you can get in the army, you know, where then a thing slides down and you tighten it up. But it's enough if you get stuck in the snow, you can dig out a little bit of snow. It'll take you longer because it's not like a big snow shovel. It's sort of like that type of size. But if you need it, you will be so grateful that you have a shovel. Okay, a bag of sand. If you're near a beach, you can just get your own bag of sand or maybe a plastic container of sand. That will also, if you get enough, the weight, if you leave it in your trunk, that'll help keep the back of your car from sliding around as well. Or kitty litter. I have never used kitty litter, but people tell me that kitty litter is like sand to be able to get your tires from stop spinning. Okay. I also was told by my parents when I was growing up to put 2 pieces of wood that you would slide under each of your rear tires. If they kept spinning, that would help get your tires out. So I don't know if people still do that nowadays or if the sand replaces it, but it's so easy to get 2 chunks of wood that can just slide under there to help you out. One of the requirements that my parents had, I should say my dad had, was before I was allowed to take off and I got a VW, his old VW, like 10 years old, that when it rained, you had to pick your feet up because the water came through the bottom of the floor. Anyhow, I digress. But I had to learn how to change a tire. And I think that is fabulous for all the young ladies as well, not just the men. Okay, make sure you get a couple pieces of paper, put double stick tape on one side, like around the edges, and you can write a big thing like need help or whatever you want to say, and then just roll up those signs, and you put a rubber band around them so they're not going all over the place and they don't get all wrinkled up. And then if you ever need something, you can take and just unroll it, peel the back off the double stick tape, and slap it on your window from the inside, don't forget. So you want to make sure you put the double stick tape on the right side of the paper so that you can put it up. But these are all just little things, and you can make this into a fun project with your kids once they get their own car. Okay, next thing. If you need it or it's appropriate for your state, maybe a self-defense tool. Maybe a knife even. If you needed to cut some string or get yourself out of ice or something like that. So think about that. I won't say more on that because you know what they'll do to my channel. Okay, waterproof Poncho, you can get those. They're cheap. Again, go on Amazon, waterproof poncho. You can buy them like a pack of 10 for like $10 or $5. It's very inexpensive. But if you ever get stuck, make sure that they have a little hood to go over the top in case that it's snowing out. You don't want your head to get all freezing cold. Put your hat on first and then the poncho on top. Okay, next thing, if you have kids, keep some diapers in the back of the car and put those diapers inside your plastic grocery store bags so that you'll have trash bags if you need them. I kept probably for 2 years after my kids were out of diapers in the back. And there were times when we were on the highway and you couldn't get off the highway and somebody had to go potty. They came in very handy. You also need with that a little box of wipes, maybe a little towel or diaper rash cream, something like that. It'll just make your life so much easier, moms. Okay, and dads. Okay, a cup, maybe a plastic cup or metal cup, but some sort of cup. That they do have them on Amazon that are camping. Coleman has them that you can fold down the cup itself. If it happens to be metal and you needed to make a fire, you can put the metal cup actually on a rock and heat it up so that you can heat some water if you needed to do that in an emergency. And then top priority, first thing you have to do, very first thing is make sure you make up a little medical kit. And that is, Band-Aids, antibiotic cream, safety pins. Oh my gosh, so many times I've needed safety pins or somebody needs safety pins. Alcohol wipes in those little tin foil packets so that they can stay for a very long time. You can clean things off. I'm sure they have some that maybe not alcohol because those sort of hurt sometimes, but you can get some at CVS and Walgreens. They all have these things. They're very inexpensive. And if you want to build a emergency medical kit, it will be very, very easy to do. So I'm sure you all have other things that you have found to be very helpful and useful in your cars. But if you want to be an organized person and be ready for things, you have your kids, your teenagers, all do this. And if you haven't done this when you were a kid or a teenager, these things should all be shoved in the back of your car in a backpack or like an LL Bean bag that has good carry straps for your shoulders and that are heavy duty. Okay, this is the Abundance Oracle. Please write down below if you have any ideas that I haven't thought of or that I don't typically use that you might find to be of useful to all the other subscribers. Thank you so much. Big hugs. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Abundance Oracle. Oh, please subscribe. Help me out. Thanks. Bye.